When I first met Oblivion, I wouldn't consider her like playing Magic the Gathering. Like we were at the card store. She had Magic cards, but I don't really think that's what she was doing.
What was it like when I started playing Magic? I mean, I wasn't great at it, but I was kind of doing stuff.
I would describe her playstyle as shuffle the library, draw 7 cards, and just kind of keep whatever was there. I don't think in like 10 games I saw her cast a spell. It was more of a land pass situation. If she got up to like 3, like that was crazy.
Oh, he said that I'll level with you. If I could play land and pass, it was a good day. That's why we decided to start the series. Commander Misconceptions and Mishaps. Stuff Oblivion wish she knew before she started playing Commander. Okay, so Commander, who can I pick?
So you can pick any legendary creature.
Okay.
You can pick any planeswalker that has the text at the bottom can be your commander.
Okay, but I like this one.
You cannot play that one.
But it's a legendary planeswalker.
It does not have can be your commander at the bottom of the card.
What about Kyle over there? He's got that deck with the bugs.
Oh, Grist the Hunger Tide?
Yeah.
That can be your commander because technically it is not in your deck. It is in the command zone, so technically, therefore, it is a bug.
But it doesn't say it can be your commander, and it's a planeswalker.
Right, but it also says that when it isn't in your library, that it is a creature instead.
And then when Edge of Eternities comes out, I can use legendary vehicles and spacecraft that have a printed power and toughness on it, right?
Correct.
How do I know what colors I can put in my deck?
So you would base that off of the casting cost that is in the top right corner of the card.
Okay, but what about like Tasigur, where he's got like colors up at the top, but then there's colors in his box?
Because of the ability he has is blue and or green.
Tasigur's colors are
blue, green, and black.
Because the text in the box counts towards the identity, like the color identity, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I am getting a little irritated, a little frustrated about all of this legendary stuff. So it can be a legendary creature or a vehicle or spacecraft with listed power and toughness. But you're telling me a legendary planeswalker, that doesn't count? Oh, it has to say that it can be your commander, right? Okay, but then there's Grist. And that's just fine, because anywhere else she's a bug. Are you kidding?
I don't know what you want from me. These ones say that they can be your commander, these ones don't. That one's a bug.
I am so confused about the stack and priority and who gets it and why is there so much of it. How does everybody get to be a priority?
I'll break it down as easy as I can. I tap my 2 lands and I cast this 3 visits. This card goes on to the stack. The stack is where all your cards will go after you cast them.
Okay.
So it's first in, last out. Say I cast this 3 visits, that will pass priority to the next person to whether they want to respond to it or not.
Okay.
Say they don't, so it'll go to this person and say they go, I would like to respond by casting this vampiric tutor. So now this player gets priority and they say, I don't have anything. I get priority. I say, I don't have anything. And then this player gets priority and they don't have anything. So now we move to resolving the vampiric tutor. So since it was cast after my 3 visits, it will resolve first. So this player will do their thing. And now my card is back onto the stack.
Okay.
Everyone gets to check and make sure they don't want to do anything to it again. And then when they don't, it resolves. And then I get to take my game action.
Is there anything that doesn't go on the stack?
Playing lands and like there's a few other things, but generally when you're casting your spells are going to go onto the stack.
I cast a spell and then the next person gets priority and so on and so on. But what is going on when Joe over here does something and says that they want to hold priority?
It means that they would like to cast a spell in response to their own thing.
They can do that?
They can do that.
No pancakes?
No pancakes.
Do you know how many articles I Googled to try and figure out what the stack was? There's no pancakes here. What is it? Where is it? Is it made up? Is it imaginary? Holding priority? I don't even know when it is my priority. What is this? When's it gonna be my turn?
Yes, I did have to explain the stack to her many times. And yes, the conversation did devolve to pancakes almost every single time.
I'm really excited about combat because I really want to punch people in the face. So
Okay.
I can just like take these 2 guys and just go.
Well, not exactly.
It's called combat.
Right, so before we just take our stuff and go, we have to declare that we are moving to combat.
I declare combat!
And then you have to declare with who you're attacking with. You have this guy, and this is my guy. I'm going to move to combat and declare my Skirk Prospector as an attacker. After I declare him as an attacker, there is a round of priority. No one wanted to do anything, so now we move into blockers.
Do I have to tap this to be a blocker?
Nope, you don't have to tap to block.
What if I want to keep it?
Then you would say no blocks.
I declare no blocks.
So now there will be another round of priority.
Seriously?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we will go to the damage step.
We've gone through 6 steps and now you're actually punching me in the face?
For one, yes.
Damage, right?
Damage.
Okay, so,
So then, after damage, guess what?
You gotta be kidding me.
Knock, knock, knock. It's your old friend. Priority. If no one has anything again, then combat's done.
And then you go into your second main phase, your post-combat main phase.
Post-combat main phase.
You mean to tell me that after all this prioritization that we've done, that I just can smoothly move from the end of combat to my second main phase?
Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but there is another round of priority.
So the combat phase is really like 75,000 phases caught like in a trench coat. I wish punching people in the face was easier. Why is there so much priority? Everyone can't be the priority. It takes away from the meaning of the word priority.
Once again, I'm not the one who made the rules. That's just the way the game's supposed to be played.
My battlefield is starting to get pretty poppin'. I have this little bug, and I have a knight, and I have a treasure, and so I'm gonna sack this treasure. I'll tap it, and I'll sacrifice it for a black mana, and then I'll put this in my graveyard.
Those don't actually stay in your graveyard. Yes, it will go to your graveyard, but it doesn't physically stay there. Once we tap and sacrifice the treasure and make our colored mana, it technically, yes, does go to the graveyard, but it ceases to exist after that.
So it goes there, but it doesn't stay there.
Right.
What happens when my little fellers die? They would go to the graveyard, right? Because they're creatures.
As with the treasure token, because it is a token, they do not stay in your graveyard.
So I couldn't, like, reanimate this.
Right, and it wouldn't count to how many creature cards you have in your graveyard or something of that sort, because once they go to the graveyard, they do not exist anymore. The same is also true to say someone cast a card such as Unsummon. They put your token into your hand. You don't get to just play with your token. Your token ceases to exist.
The only place where tokens can truly exist
is on the battlefield.
And they go to the graveyard, but they don't stay there.
Right.
So they count towards like death or sacrifice or stuff like that?
Yeah, they count towards those triggers and stuff, but they do not fill up your graveyard.
Okay, so you're telling me that this token goes to the graveyard, but it doesn't really stay in the graveyard. And I can't get it back out of the graveyard, but it did go there. But I can't put it back in my hand because once it's gone forever. Is this some sort of nursery rhyme about how I'm supposed to appreciate the things that I have when I have them?
It is teaching you a lesson.
I have this card that lets me proliferate. I'm gonna take my guy and I'm gonna put another +1/+1 counter on him, and then your guy has a +1/+1 counter on it, so I'm gonna take that off there.
You can't do that. With proliferating, you can only add to what is already there.
So I don't have to give it another counter, but I can't take it off of there?
Correct.
And I can't put one on there if it didn't have one.
Correct.
For like any cards or people, right?
Right.
You
can't just magically give something a poison counter.
I kind of want to magically give you a poison counter right now. I'm not going to act like I didn't try to proliferate away someone's +1/+1 counter on their creature. I'm not going to pretend that I didn't do that because I did.
And that someone was me. And then guess who had to take her for ice cream after?
There's so many different cards, and I see like ones that have hexproof and ward and shroud, and they all seem like kind of the same, but they're all kind of different, and I really don't understand the difference.
Well, I can show you.
Okay. Wait, what?
Hexproof means that you can touch your own stuff, but I can't touch you. Ward means that you can touch your own stuff, but I have to pay whatever the ward cost is. Whatever that may be, I have to pay that to be able to touch your stuff.
Target it for a fee, basically.
Right. And then we move on to Shroud, which means neither of us can touch it. You are shrouded, as it were.
Did we really have to put a blanket over me for this example?
Yeah, it's a blanket of shroud. Yes, they're similar, but they're different.
All right, I really, really, really want to win a game of Commander, but 40 life is so much.
So there are other ways your opponents can lose the game. They could attempt to draw a card from an empty library. They could have 10 poison counters. They could take 21 commander damage from a single commander.
Okay, so ways that I can make my opponents lose in Commander. They have 0 life. They try to draw from an empty library. They have 10 poison counters. They get 21 commander damage from the same commander. That's 4. That's not bad.
Well, there's a 5th one. If they really felt like it, they could enact Rule 104.3a, which is a player may concede the game at any time.
You mean to tell me that there's a literal Magic the Gathering rule that just says I can lose whenever I feel like it?
Yeah, you can quit whenever.
So I guess there's 5. You mean to tell me that Magic has like a buffet of ways that you can lose the game? You just get to take a pick, see what happens? You don't just die?
There's more than one way to peel a boiled egg.
Now, it may have taken me a couple of years, a lot of research, there was some crying, but eventually I did learn some of the trickier parts of Commander.
Magic is a hard game, but it's enjoyable and you get rewarded for learning it.
I hope that you have had the opportunity to learn in a significantly more fun way than I did. Thank you to Magic the Gathering for sponsoring this content.